Welcome back to another episode of Chilling Chronicles, where we explore the darkest corners of folklore and reality. Today, we're journeying into the heart of Japan to unpack the disturbing legend of Kuchisake-onna, the Slit-Mouthed Woman. From her tragic origins in the Edo period to spine-chilling encounters in modern times, this is one story that blurs the line between myth and reality. So grab a snack, dim the lights, and let's dive in. In the heart of Japan's bustling Edo period, a time marked by the rise of samurais and strict societal norms that were as unforgiving as they were deeply ingrained in the culture, Kuchisake-onna was more than just a wife. She was a breathtaking beauty who caught the eye of everyone who saw her. She was married to a fearsome and highly respected samurai, a man whose reputation on the battlefield was matched only by his standing within the complex hierarchies of the time. However, beauty, as they say, can often become a curse. Within the confines of their home, a tension started to build, fueled by the samurai's growing jealousy and suspicion. It was a destructive mix, eating away at the fabric of their marriage. In a society where a samurai's honor was his most prized possession, the mere idea that his wife might attract the gaze of another man became an unbearable thought. Overwhelmed by these toxic emotions, and perhaps feeling a twisted need to reassert his control, the samurai finally did the unthinkable. One fateful night, his katana blade gleaming ominously in the dim light, he cornered his wife. With a chilling calm, he mutilated her once beautiful face, slashing her mouth from ear to ear. As he looked down at her, broken and bleeding on the floor, he sneered with a toxic mix of satisfaction and contempt. "Who will find you pretty now?" Following the nightmarish act, Kuchisake's life as she knew it was over, irrevocably altered by the man she had once deeply loved. The physical pain was unbearable, but it paled in comparison to the emotional and psychological torment she suffered. Shunned by society and even her own family, who could not bear the shame she now embodied, she was cast out, left to wander the streets in a state of perpetual agony and humiliation. Her heart, once full of love, had now turned into a vessel for an insatiable thirst for vengeance. Overwhelmed by the darkness that consumed her, she transcended mortal life and transformed into a yurai, a vengeful Japanese spirit. This transformation marked the beginning of her afterlife as Kuchisake-onna, the Slit-Mouthed Woman, doomed to roam the streets of Japan in search of souls to share her pain. In her new form, Kuchisake-onna would appear on foggy nights, her face concealed behind a surgical mask or a fan, common enough items in Japan that would not initially arouse suspicion. She would target lone individuals, usually men, and ask them a haunting question. "Am I pretty?" Those who answered yes would then see her remove her mask, revealing her grotesquely disfigured face, as she asked again, "How about now?" This would be the critical moment. Answering no would incite her rage, and she would attack her victim with a pair of scissors, slashing their mouths to resemble her own. A yes was equally damning, for she would interpret it as mockery and respond in the same vicious manner. Some stories say that you can only avoid her anger through indirect answers or by distracting her with money or candy. But these methods only work for a short time. Once she's after you, she won't stop until she catches you. As you walk through an isolated part of the city, you might feel a sudden drop in temperature, a hair-raising chill that makes you question whether you're truly alone. Trust that instinct because she could be behind you. Reports from those who have encountered her and lived to tell the tale describe a sense of impending doom, an unshakable feeling that something just isn't right. What adds an eerie layer of credibility to this urban legend are the numerous first-hand accounts and documented police reports. During periods of societal unrest or change, sightings of Kuchisake-onna seem to spike, as though she's drawn to human vulnerability and fear. There are unresolved incidents with chilling parallels to her unique method, where victims have been discovered with facial injuries eerily reminiscent of her own slashed mouth. If you're alone in the streets of Tokyo, or any other city in Japan, be careful. Kuchisake-onna isn't just a scary story for kids, she's a real part of Japanese folklore. There are many stories, police reports, and sightings about her, which is why she's one of the most famous and scary figures in Japan. Stay vigilant, stay alert, and whatever you do, if a masked woman asks you if she's pretty, think carefully before you reply. Your life could very well depend on it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Your continued support is the driving force behind what we do, and your feedback is invaluable to us. If you enjoyed this episode, a like and a subscribe would mean so very much. Bye-bye.